Imagine you're a drop of water. You're falling from the sky, careening towards the ground in a rainstorm. Suddenly, you hit a pond, the momentum of your free fall sending waves of energy crashing away from you. Like with a drop of water in the rainstorm, our actions radiate out from us in waves, affecting our families, our friends, our peers, and our world. Life is a sea of change, and we are merely drops of water. The sea can be tranquil. Every day, billions of us wake up, live, and go to bed in relentless repetition. Yet this facade of tranquility is often stormy underneath. Our world is faced with existential climate change, and millions of us live in poverty right at home. This talk is not a call to action in the regular sense of the word. Rather, it's a talk on the words that are often missed in calls for action. Instead of doing something for good, what could you do? Where do you start? How would that work? Really, how do I change the world? Well, this is my story. Every summer, for as long as I could remember, I would go and live in the North Woods. I was a camp kid. For months at a time, I'd live in the middle of nowhere, gaining a reverence for the nature that surrounded me. I loved every single moment of it, but there was a problem. When I would return home, I would see trash lining the streets, cans in the ravines, and plastic lining the shores of Lake Michigan. The nature I so dearly loved was being destroyed right at home. And so in October 2019, two friends and I came together to find a solution. We came to the following conclusion: that we had to build a movement for environmental action to solve these problems. We Act Now was born. If you want to create something beyond yourself, here is the most important truth. Change occurs in stages. Think about it this way. Imagine a flower, the seed of a flower, buried beneath the earth. No one knows it's there, yet it is. When you water this flower, your idea, with knowledge, and feed it with research and passion, this flower grows above the ground and is visible. This is exactly the same for a movement, a club, and an organization. When you feed your flower with passion, it grows and can be seen by others, and yet for it to pollinate and to spread, you need other people to help you. There are three ways of doing this, three stages of doing this. The first is education, the second is service, and the third is civics. I'll touch upon each of these in turn. Let's start with education. Remember that flower I talked about, how its seed starts buried in the earth and no one knows it's there? That's exactly the same for an organization, a club, or a movement. To do anything, people first have to understand why what you want to do matters. Why should I care about what you want to do? Why should I give my attention for what you have to say? For We Act Now, we created an Instagram and a Twitter. Over months of discussions and designs, we even built a website. Yet through all of these experiences, there is still the truth. The most fundamental way of making a connection is through word of mouth. Behind the graphics and the photos, there's a person extraordinarily passionate about making the world a better place. Psychologically, this is the single most important thing for people to understand who you are and why what you want to say truly matters. Let's move on to service. Once you begin spreading your idea, it's time to begin making a difference. In the first unknowns of my months of leadership, I for the first time led something far greater than myself. Through leading service events across my area, hundreds of pounds of trash, scrap metal, and debris have been removed. The ravines, at long last, are free from trash again. In making a difference, passion is the impetus of all change. And what gives you meaning, whether it's playing the violin or picking up trash, could bring so much purpose to others as well. And the last stage of change is civics. After working so hard to build up your organization and hold service events and lead and better people, now is the time to get higher authorities involved. Whether it's school administrators or city officials or other organizations, you can collaborate with others to make a difference more profound than anything that was possible before. In a sea of change, we are merely drops of water. Yet everything we do radiates out from you, affecting our friends, our families, our peers, and our world. Any of the changes in which you want to see will only be brought by you. And so educate on the issues and spread your ideas. Get involved in your community and serve for good. And work with others and other organizations to further your vision. Each and every one of us have the profound power to change the world, and this is a framework to start. Thank you.